So today we are going to have a bit of a dive into the starter Pokemon of the Kanto Elite Four. I want to dive deep into specifically what their true starters are for all the Elite Four based on what Pokemon they use within the video games, anime, and also the manga. And based on that, I will kind of determine which is their true starter Pokemon, and that's basically what it's all about. Now let's get into the actual video, shall we? And keep in mind this is all based on my opinions, so if you guys think differently, feel free to comment it down below. Either way, let's get started. First up has to be Lorelei, the first of the Elite Fours you will encounter in the Kanto region. She's an Ice-type user, and as such, you will notice that her team will be rolling with a lot of Water and Ice-type Pokemon, as well as quite a few Psychic types. But for her true starter, though, there are a few contenders. Now, the biggest ones of those have to be Lapras, Dugong, and Cloyster, I'd argue, as all three of these Pokemon are present in Lorelei's every single team pretty much throughout the video games. And yeah, besides one, that being like round 2 of the Pokemon Stadium Gym Leader Castle battles, where she only has Cloyster out of the 3 Pokemon we just mentioned. However, Lapras seems to be the best one for her as a true starter for a few reasons. One, which is the fact that within the Pokemon Masters game, Lapras is her sync pair. Then there's also Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, Let's Go Eevee, where she shows up on her Lapras in the story, and also in the promotional artwork for Let's Go, Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee, the games, you can actually see her riding on her Lapras as well. Then there's also the Pokemon anime, where in the main anime, she doesn't have a Lapras, but she does have it in the Pokemon Generations anime, where she shows up with a Lapras fighting against Blue's Alakazam with it. And within the Pokemon Adventures manga, which is one of the best manga ever by the way, Lorelei is spotted with a Lapras on her side at the Sea Gallop, Islands, whatever, as well as in the Pokemon Pocket Monsters manga, where she has a Lapras there as well in her team. And overall, I think we could all argue here that the perfect Pokemon for her true starter Pokemon has got to be Lapras. Like, just hands down has got to be Lapras. The reason why is because it's present through a lot of promotional work, it's present within the manga, the anime, and the video games quite often. I mean, you could argue it could be Cloyster as well, but I just find that Lapras as a Pokemon just fits her a little bit better here, and it's got that ice typing on it, so it's just good enough, perfect, it works really well. Next is our lad Bruno, the fighting type user within the Elite Four of Kanto, and with him it gets kind of interesting because with him there is a set of Pokemon that are actually present for an insane amount of time. There is Onix, Hitmonchan, and Machamp, as well as finally Hitmonlee. All of these Pokemon are pretty much present in almost every single battle as well as team against Bruno that you will face. But for the sync pair Pokemon in Pokemon Masters, however, Bruno has himself a Machamp. So maybe that's the one that is his true starter. But first, let's dive a bit deeper into the subject of the manga and anime. See, in the mainline anime, he only has a Hitmonchan and an Onix, whereas in the Origins anime, he's got an Onix only. And finally, in the Pokemon Generations anime, he's got only a Machamp. So as you can see, all these 4 Pokemon are very present. As in the manga, all the previously mentioned 4 Pokemon are present in his team. But I think I might have to go for Machop, as he's basically the perfect Pokemon here, as he has several of them during the Pokemon Adventures manga. And Bruno actually sends his Machop to attack the Kanto region. So I'm feeling that with Machamp having a presence throughout his all his other teams in the video games, and then also being present, to some extent within the anime and also very much in the manga, it just feels like, we gotta give Machamp or Machop, whatever you want to go for there, I guess Machop makes more sense, to be his true starter Pokemon. It just feels like really right. I mean, he's a fighting type user, it's a fighting type Pokemon, and it really fits well. And again, its presence within all the other Pokemon games is really evident. Like Machamp, Machop, all these Pokemon are really, really present in the other Pokemon media when it comes to Bruno. So it just makes sense to have this one right here. Agatha is the next one, and here we have a lady that doesn't mess around, as her team is loaded with Ghost-type Pokemon. And I'm going to be honest, but there is no question what her true starter Pokemon is. It has to be Gengar, and I mean actually more or less Ghastly, but either way, Gengar is pretty much in all of Agatha's teams, but also is her sync pair Pokemon in Masters, as well as present in the Pokemon main anime, the Origins anime, and also in the Generations anime. So pretty much all across, all her teams in the anime, the video games, there's always a Gengar. Gengar is always present pretty much throughout, right? Pretty much throughout. And then you also have the Pokemon Adventures manga, where she of course has a bunch of Ghastlys and also a Gengar. And I mean, That's not all though, there's even more of the manga, like the Zensho manga, where she only has a Gengar, and in the Pocket Monsters manga, she has a Haunter and a Gengar, so there's no question about it. The true starter for Agatha has got to be Gengar, or I guess rather Ghastly, right? It just makes sense. There's so much presence with this Pokemon for her teams, so it only makes sense in my opinion. What do you guys think? If you think differently, let me know in the comment section down below. I think Ghastly is the most logical choice here. And finally, we have our lad Lance, and oh boy, I mean, Lance has an obsession with Dragon-type Pokemon, and it shows. I mean, in the video games, he always has multiple Dragonair, and pretty much always a Dragonite. And not just that, but in the Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver games, he actually has 3, yes, I mean literally 3 Dragonites in his team, which is just insane. And also within the Pokemon Masters game, he has Dragonite as his sync pair, as well as having Dragonite in the main Pokemon anime, and the Origins and the Generations anime. Plus, he also has a Dragonite in the Pokemon Masters animated trailer. So all throughout the anime, he's got a Dragonite. And we can't forget that he has pretty much a Dragonair army within the Pokemon Adventures manga. So yeah, Lance literally has that within the Adventures manga, when he basically uses them to attack the Kanto region with them. So yeah, it's a bit nuts. There's a whole story about that I'd love to cover in a different video. And also, I should mention that in the manga, we get to see Lance saving an injured Dratini when he was just a kid. So I think our answer for what his true starter Pokemon is pretty clear. Dratini is his true starter Pokemon, hands down. And the reason for that, of course, is pretty evident. This Pokemon is pretty much across his whole team. Like, you can see the presence of Dratini, Dragonair, and Dragonite throughout his whole teams. I mean, he literally has a team where he uses 3 Dragonites. I mean, that's enough of a thing to tell you. And like I said, he literally used an army of Dragonairs and just different dragon types, but a lot of Dragonairs essentially, as well as his Dragonite, to actually attack the Kanto region within the Pokemon Adventures manga. So yeah, I don't know, this is all crazy guys, but I wanted to, like, you know, bring it up because it's a cool fact, and on top of that, I think it just makes sense to explain that, to show you why this is the perfect starter for him. So that's it for the video. So that is it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you all did enjoy it. If you did, then drop a like down below and hit that subscribe button if you aren't subbed already, as there's a lot of you guys watching that are not subscribed yet, but do watch the videos. So please do subscribe. We're trying to get to that 150K. And also, I want to tell you guys, if you want to see the next video, which would be me covering the Johto gym leaders and their true starter Pokemon, if you want to see that next, let's try to get this video to 1,000 likes, and you can expect that video very, very soon. But yeah, let's try to get that going, guys. I'd really would appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Lorelei. This is a great day, and bye bye, ladies and gentlemen.